What up, my good peoples? Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Convicted to Grow podcast. I'm your girl, Coach Tressa, motivational speaker, confidence, and business coach. Y'all, I not only bring you strategy and motivation and encouragement when it comes to life and business, but I bring people from all walks of life to share their growth journey and what they've done to propel them to get to where they are today. Now, before I introduce to you my next guest, please make sure that if you're on the audio side, hop over to the YouTube channel, make sure you watch the visuals and subscribe to the channel as well. If you would like to be a supporter of the show, you can go to convictedtogrowpodcast.com. But just know your likes, your comments, and your shares are priceless to me, and I thank you in advance. So let's go ahead and get started. My next guest, y'all, he is an entrepreneur. Okay, minister, got a minister in the house. That's the way to kick off the new year. Educational consultant, international speaker, and a strategist from Memphis, Tennessee. He is the founder of Roscoe Robinson Enterprises, LLC, which empowers communities worldwide through education and resources. He's the author of Get Your Fight Back and 7 Days of Affirmations to Get Your Fight Back, books designed to restore hope. He helps entrepreneur leaders overcome the fear of public speaking to create impact and income. As a speaker, consultant, and coach, he positively impacted audiences around the globe. His passion is about mentoring boys and young men, but he's going to share his story of overcoming adversity, his growth journey, and highlighting the power of positive choices. He holds a BA from the University of Texas, San Antonio, Texas. Is it San Antonio, Texas? University of Texas in San Antonio. I'm sorry, y'all. A master's in education from Relay Graduate School of Education, and a ministerial credential. See, you and all these big words, man. Why you doing me like this? I can't even fake the funk.
Okay.
Fake the funk. And I ain't gonna edge this out. I'm not. Y'all gonna get the rawness, okay? I was like, what in the world? He has a look. He got the credentials as a minister. Let me just say it like that.
Okay, gotcha.
From Divine Life Biblical Institute. He is also a certified Christian life coach through the International Christian Coaching Alliance. Y'all, help me welcome none other than Roscoe, was it J, right? Roscoe J. Robinson.
Hey, what's going on? Convicted to Grow family. We are in the building, It's so great to be out here with you, Coach Tressa. Thank you for having me here to speak to your tribe and speak to the community. I'm excited to just have a conversation today.
Y'all, listen, you in that bio, woo. So y'all know I always tell you guys how I meet my guests and the correlation of, the alignment. I met him. I think I met you through Threads. How did we meet?
Maybe Threads, IG. Maybe you were speaking somewhere. I had commented. Maybe Threads.
Because we're not in a community together.
We're not.
Well, y'all, I met him out there, and let me tell you something. He has some amazing content. I know you on Threads a lot because I do like, when I see motivational stuff come through. So it was either one of the two, but and I'm going to share his stuff towards the end. But yeah, I think that's how we met. It was either on IG or Threads, but it was on the social media streets. So anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for just being a part of this Convicted to Grow journey. We in the new year, so yes, y'all. So go ahead and tell people. I didn't gave much of his. He put everything in the bio, y'all. I'm telling you. So you just go ahead and start. We're gonna lead by the Spirit today, y'all.
So lead by the Spirit today. So a little bit about myself. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I've been here for the last 11 years. I came here. I grew up in a small town in Missouri first, called Huntsville, Missouri. And after my undergrad, I traveled to Jacksonville, Florida, lived there for a little bit. My background is athletics. I was an All-American athlete, did track and field, wanted to be an Olympian. And all of a sudden, I tore my hamstring when I was 22 years old. Was going to have a contract to be a professional athlete. And then all my dreams came crashing down. During that time, in Jacksonville, Florida, when I had lost all my money. I actually was homeless for about 3 months, sleeping in my car, sleeping at friends' houses. I'm just trying to make ends meet. And during that time, my sister lived here in Memphis, Tennessee. She said, hey, come up to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm living here to get you back on your feet. And I moved here in 2014 and I became a school teacher. Never thought I'd be a teacher. And my journey started in the classroom, teaching kids how to read, teaching kids how to write, teach kids math, science, and I worked my way up there as a dean of students, instructional coach. And then I had an opportunity to be a principal in New York. So I got hired on the spot to be a principal in New York. But the Lord was like, no, I want you to do some more community work. So 2017, I flew back from New York, back to Memphis, and then I got into nonprofit work. The last 5 years, I was in nonprofit work. I directed programs. I was a manager of operations, and I was in that field for a while. So I learned a lot of leadership. I learned a lot of resiliency, and I learned how school systems work in that time moment. So from that, about a year ago, that's where I fully transitioned to full-time entrepreneurs. I'm a leadership coach. I'm a speaker coach. I help entrepreneurs and leaders increase your income through speaking. So that's one area I work in. And then on the other side of corporate, I am a resilience coach as well. So I've been in both those spaces the last year and a half. It's not been the easiest, but it's been purposeful. And we'll talk more about that later. But that's a little more about me. And also a little fun fact about me, I can actually play the saxophone. So I'm a really good saxophone player. And, if you ever need someone to serenade, no, I was joking. If you got anything, serenade your spouse or whoever, just let me know. I can play the alto sax for you in the dinner, candlelight dinner.
Listen, I used to be a recruiter and manage talent. So if you need a talent man, you all gonna get paid. How about that? Oh my God, listen. I thought I had a lot of titles and a lot of jobs.
Yeah,
you had to throw the saxophone and listen, y'all. Listen, the Bible says He make room for your gifts. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna give you all my gifts, so you know what you're working with." But no, that's amazing, though.
Yes.
What grade did you teach?
So I taught 4th grade and 5th grade. So I taught 1st grade, 4th grade, and also I was able to teach 5th grade as well.
Wow. Okay. And also too, I noticed you don't have an accent.
I don't?
Like, I've heard some people from Memphis.
Don't do Memphis like that.
No, I'm not. No, shout out to my Memphis folks. Like, I know people out there. No, but like, okay, listen, like Glorilla.
So there's different parts of Memphis. Let me say this. We got different, like how you got, different cities have they own slang, they own so different parts of the city, that is a sound. It's a sound. And for me, I'm speaking neutral now, but I know how to turn it on when I'm around certain, I work with kids in the inner city, so I need to speak the way the kids speak in the community working with community. I'm always working in the inner city, so I know how to switch it on. Be like, "What up, man? What's good? You good, man?"
I knew it. I see.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've been full-time entrepreneurship since in the last year and a half?
Since January 29th was my last day at my full-time job this year. So the last 2 years, I began to invest in myself in coaching programs and coaches. I began to invest in over five figures in coaching programs because I believed in the vision that God has given me. So I was disobedient, to be honest with y'all. I was disobedient. God told me last year, He was like, "Hey, I need you to leave." But still, I was like, I was afraid of the unknown. If anybody been like that, I was afraid of what's going to happen after this. Am I going to be taken care of? I want to have my house, my car, and all this stuff. But then when the grace lifts from a job, even though it was an easy job, flexibility, I had no issues, no problems. It was like every day I woke up, I was dreading to go there, dreading to drive those 15 miles to be on these sites, managing schools. Even though it was a great work week, I did, but it was like, I know there was more for me. So literally, when I stepped out on faith, I was launched to overseas. So I was to Pakistan. Literally, when I was launched out next month, a ministry called me, and I was traveling in Pakistan, not just doing ministry, but we did outreach work. We helped build schools. We helped give mattresses. We helped give clothes. I was able to do a training for a school there, a college there. So literally when you say yes, like just say yes to your purpose, the doors are going to open with. That's what I've learned just in this whole journey is just saying yes after yes and not trying to figure it all out. Some of us, you may be analytical. I'm very numbers. I'm analytical. So during this journey so far, I've really had to learn how to be like faith. Like what we talk about faith, I really had to live by faith for real.
Mm-hmm.
And as you probably know, Coach Tressa, some months are good, some months you like, oh, I might have to get in my reserves.
Listen, people don't. Ooh, the thing is with when you're working full time, yes, that comfortability. You getting a check twice a month, getting paid for vacation, taking time off, getting paid for holidays, and an entrepreneurship grind. You don't get that. You don't. And like I was just telling somebody, there might be a month where you may not make nothing that month, or you may only make 1,000. Then the next one, now you make it 30,000 or 40,000. Like it's the grind, but it's also discipline too.
Yes, that's so. I love what you said about that being disciplined. I didn't understand the level of discipline, and also entrepreneurship really reveals your true character. It really reveals maybe deeper issues that you didn't even know you had. Like I didn't know I was such a big procrastinator and not finishing finishing things and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow." When with the job, you can do it tomorrow, and I'm gonna still get paid that check every 2 weeks. But as an entrepreneur, if you don't do this project, get this done, this may cost me money that I need for this and this and that. So I had to do a lot of inner work. I had to do. This has really been, as I listened to Myron Golden about the becoming the person that I want to become. I'm just the becoming aspect. If I want to make $1 million, or I want to make $100,000 a month, it's the becoming of that person. Most of us, if you're an entrepreneur, we know strategies. We know how to market. We know how to brand. We know how to do all these things. But it's really those self-limiting beliefs that subconsciously some of us may still have. And that's what I had to really work on and discipline my mind area. And even when I first started, the first 3 months, all I did was mindset work. I did mindset work. I got a coach for mindset. I invested in a coach, and she drilled me on my belief system for 3 months. And once we broke through that ceiling, it was full throttle.
Yeah. And like even when I'm coaching clients, it's like, well, one, you got to be coachable, right? And two, like you said, a lot of times it's that mindset shift first. You really got to get whatever is in your mind, like he said, to set those limited beliefs, those self-doubt, the imposter syndrome. Even when I'm helping people with confidence, I'm just like, it just really needs to be reignited, like for real, because you've allowed past failures, past guilt, rejection. That's what really keeps you from really truly operating your best self. And so I like that you said that you invested in it. And you said you spent a lot of money on coaching too, and this is keep it real. A lot of people don't have it. So what do you do? What do you say to the person who got all these great ideas and want to be like the next Roscoe, but they can't afford it? Like they say, I can't spend 5,000 to go to this conference or master. I can't spend 10,000. Like sometimes I can't even spend 1,000. What do you tell that person who says I can't do it?
I would tell that person who said they can't do it. I would say there's so much free access here that we have in the world that we live in today. You have YouTube University, Google University. You have a Barnes and Nobles where you can go read books. And one of the key things that was able to help me to get to where was serving. People don't want to hear this. Serving. If someone is having an event, hey, can I come? Just to be in that atmosphere, some environment, here we go. Just to be in the environment. Hey, can I come and just help you? You don't have to pay me nothing, but can I come to your mastermind or conference and just help set up? Can I just pull some chairs, work the table, and be in that environment? That if you don't even have it, that proximity is going to get you the funds that you need. I could even imagine myself. I'm not gonna name the place, but I was in with millionaires, multi-millionaires in a mansion with a mastermind, and I was actually speaking there. I was speaking there as well, but it came by before that. I don't even know why I feel led to share this, but Even last year, I went to a conference. Paid my ticket to a big mastermind in Atlanta, and it was big speakers. If I name the speakers, they're huge. They got millions of followers on social media. All I did was I asked the person who was there. I said, "Hey, how can I serve you?" I was serving food for VIP in the back. I was serving the food for VIP and platinum in the back. I'm over here directing traffic in the front, making sure all the Rolls Royce, Bugattis are coming in, making sure they're good. I'm cleaning. I'm in the corner helping out the vendors, doing all of that. He saw me and he said, "Hey, now I'm going to put you on stage."
Ooh.
He said, "You serving now? Let me show you some strategy. Let me put you on stage now." Literally within a year, I went from at a mastermind cleaning, at a mastermind doing all that, with me speaking at $1 million home in front of $1 million entrepreneurs.
Wow.
I don't want to preach. I don't preach out here, y'all. But I'm telling y'all, that's the key. We live in a generation, a society that we don't want to. Everybody want to just get. I'm the big dog. I'm a this. I'm a that. If you would just serve and people really see your heart, God want to put you in the game. This is for somebody. God sees you. He knows you are on it. He knows when to put you in the game. He knows you're the best kept secret. But you just gotta wait your turn. What are you doing before your turn comes? What are you doing? Are you being faithful? Are you reading books? Are you listening? What are you doing at that time?
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I mean, there's a season you don't serve, and I forgot who it might have been 20, 30 episodes ago. I had DJ ET's DJ on there, and I'm keeping his name on top of my head right now. Lord forgive me. What is his name? DJ. I know his name is DJ Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight.
And I said to him, I said, the 4 S's. I said, remember this. I said, you're gonna be in different seasons of your life. I said, sometimes you have that setback season, right? That setback season is when you are, all hell is breaking loose, chaos, everything's going on with you, right? As a setback season. Then you have what you call a stillness season. That stillness is like you're trying to figure out what's the next. And sometimes even in that stillness season, that's when you really truly get into your development bag. You work on yourself, you love yourself, you really take the time mentally, emotionally, spiritually, get in tune with God, right? Get in tune with God any season you're in, right? But that's going to be the season in that stillness where you feel numb. You just came from a setback season, but the stillness season, you're like, I'm just sitting here waiting on my what's next, right? Too much is given, much is required, which means you still got to move too. Put the work in. Then after that, you have what you call a serving season, right? In your serving season, that's when you are learning, you're mentoring. Like he just said, y'all, he was in a serving season. He didn't act like he was all that to say, I can't go out here and direct traffic and things like that. He was in a serving season. And then there are going to be times when you're in a season to shine. It's your shining season. And when you're shining, listen, you're shining bright like a diamond. All you done been through, after all you've endured, you're still standing, but you're in a season now that you're shining. And guess what? You can still shine and serve at the same time too. Now, don't you have me go there.
Go. No, you can go. No, you can go there, shine and serve at the same time. You gotta be a servant leader. You gotta be a servant leader. You gotta be a follower before people follow you.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. But the fact that you are where you are, like this whole speaking and coaching, and you said you was a minister. When did you get that calling? Was that before the teacher? Was you like one of them ones said, my parents knew when I was 5 that I was going to be a preacher, a minister?
Well, I got that calling. It was years ago. I knew something was different about me. I knew I had my wild days, party and all that, just in college and stuff like that. But I always knew there was something different about me. That God had I went to church growing up and things like that. But I really didn't accept it until I was about 26. Yeah, 26. Yeah, 26 is when I really accepted the call to basically ministry is serving people. And I understood, like, when I spoke to people, lives would be changed. Like, it was speaking hope and life into them. I was always mentoring, especially young men. I always mentored other young men going through different things. So I felt like I was like, am I a counselor? Am I I always been a counselor, psychologist. So I always had a gift to help people. So I ran from it for a long time because, out in these church streets, these church streets, I'm like, this person doing that. I don't want to be like that person. All this crazy stuff going on. But I really got to a point where it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about serving the people that God's called me to. And since I came with grits with that, life has become so much better. And also as a minister, I don't let people put me in a box. I am a minister, but I am an entrepreneur. I am a coach. I am all these things that God has called me to be. So I think sometimes if you're in the space, especially in business, they're like, oh, that's the minister. But okay, I have my lanes that I flow in that God gifted me with, and that's what I do when I do, because it helps me to reach a broad group of people, those pillars of influence that I'm able to reach. It's been an amazing journey. I'm able to impact the lives of probably almost 100,000 people through ministry last year or two, through ministry, in person, online, food, clothes, housing, all those things I've been able to do. So it's crazy you talking to me about this, because for a while I didn't want to really say that I was a minister in business, but it's crazy how people even responded better when I said I was a minister. When I said, "Oh yeah, I am a minister," I got actually more clients. I'm be honest with you, I got more clients because my clients, because of who I am, they're like, "Okay, I feel comfortable with you. You can help me with spiritual things, not just the business side." So even my clients I work with, they're like, "Thank you. You pray? Yes, let's pray before our meetings. Let's pray after this meeting," because they know like you in warfare. If you go into entrepreneurship, so let me, yeah. So
well, I'm letting you. You got the mic. I'm just listening.
No. That's why I said you call to be wealthy, but you got to break that poverty. We got to break that poverty mindset, and you got to walk in it fully. That God has called me to create wealth. That's what the Bible says. It's call you to create wealth, not just for yourself, but for your community. How can you help? I'm not going to tangent right now, but how can you help people and you don't have any money? You can give them work. How can you transform lives if you don't have any money, tangible money, and you are afraid to charge people your value? You are afraid to make money. Like money is evil. Money is evil in the wrong person's hand. If it's in your hand and you're helping people, it's doing good. It's building communities. It's restoring neighborhoods with your money. So I want you to get off that mindset, whoever listening today, money is bad, rich people are evil, it's going to turn me a different way. God can't use me, all this stuff. No.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Yeah. When you have a certain level of money, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. It's different. Because I can tell you personally for myself, years ago, I know what that felt like, not having money. And I know, the stress, the tightness of chest at night, going to bed, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. You got to call these, hey, can I get on a payment arrangement? I'm just saying, like, I know what that feels like. So when you do get in your bag, right? They say, get in your bag, right? BAG. And it stands for me, bearing all gifts. That's a bag. When I am in my bag, right, I feel like that it's just different. It's like, okay, I don't even use the word wealth or rich or whatever. I say I'm prosperous, right? Yes. However word you want to use it, but I'm prosperous. And I like you said something about we don't feel the worth to charge. And me, you had some talks before this call, but there's a lot of people, and let's just talk about that real quick. Like, a lot of people don't know their worth, what to charge. And here's the thing, like, they'll say, hey, join my program and again, I'm not knocking anybody. Your price is your price. But some of y'all got $1 million ideas. You got $1 million ideas that just need to be birthed, or you just need to say, you know what, this is my price. I stand 10 toes down on it. But you'd be like, it's going to be $27 or $47, right? Now, here's the thing. You got person A over here, right? Got a program. Maybe they say it's only $47 for this program. You got somebody here with another program. They said it's going to be $5,000. Now, if you're the consumer, what would you do? Because some people they'll go by the money aspect of it, right?
What would I do if I see cheap prices? It's just as a consumer. If I see cheap prices, I'm gonna get a cheap result. Say it again. Cheap prices equals cheap results. So you got to think as even an entrepreneur, if my offer, I'm saying these offers, y'all come in, I'm in this amazing Myron Golden's Make More Offers challenge. So
go ahead, talk about it.
You making more offers, and not trying to be manipulate. You have an integrity that you can get them a results that's going to transform the life, bring back time. It's going to 10x their life. What you charge is a part of your value. So for example, I started off going to charge you $200. I'm charging $200, and how I'm charging $200 for coaching, and my clients going out, they making $3,000 speaking. I need to raise my prices up, but it came with believing that I was worth that. Let's just go back a little later. Let's go back a little farther. A lot of the times, the way we think about money, it comes from authority figures. It comes from authority figures that when we're younger. It comes from our mothers. It comes from our fathers. It comes from our teachers. It comes from our pastors. It comes from those who have a voice over us, who talk about money. Whatever the way they talk about money, even though you may be married, you even may be making six figures, still you have the mindset of what those authority figures put on your mind at the age of 10, 11, 12 years old. So I had to go back during my journey and say, hey, look, what voice was I letting in my subconscious stop me from charging this amount of money? One of the voices was my mother saying, well, all bad people have money. What if this happens? If you invest in something, the worst case scenario is going to happen. But what if it don't? What if I do make $1 million? What if I do land a contract? What if I do buy? So I had to do a lot of mindset work to dismantle those strongholds that were in my mind. Because I know so many entrepreneurs, Coach Dressel, they make a lot of money, they have a poverty mindset. They get money, they scared to invest. They scared to. I'm saying they have plenty of money. Like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's a scare tactic.
I want to also say this too, for those who do make an investment to join programs and coaches and mentors. I know we're talking about the price, right? A cheaper price may mean that program it ain't an effective program, right? That's not always the case. Sometimes the program could be very effective, just the person don't know how to price it. So what I will say to you, for those out there, because I know we're talking about this, is that vet your resources first. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I paid for a program, and it was like 6,000, 5,000 or 6,000, and there was no results, and it wasn't effective. But I didn't do my research. I'm like, what? I already know this stuff. Why am I? Wait a minute. I'm not even. There's neither here nor there. So what I had to learn in the beginning, I need to vet my resources. So I say also say that before you get a coach, look at their testimonials, go to their sites, go to their social media page. That's a whole nother subject. You can't say, oh, I'm the coach and I'm a speaker, and your social media don't have no social proof at all, but you wanting to be that. So please make sure you do that, because even though somebody's program could be very expensive, and y'all don't come for me for those who got high price programs. But for real, some people be putting a high price because they ain't put the work in. And I forgot who was this that said something. It's like, you want to sell your program at $10,000, but you ain't never invested $10,000. How you gonna sell a program for $10,000 and you have never invested $10,000 yourself? So all I'm saying is, make sure you vet your people before you just cut the check. All right, I digress.
Yes, invest in people, and also I'm telling y'all, you need to pray, because I'm telling y'all, you get with the wrong connections, they can derail you, derail your whole progress. You need to ask God for discernment. Let me not just see what they showing me. See, Lord, show me what's really happening in their ulterior motives, in their heart. Show me in a dream, God. Show me through somebody who worked with them. Show me, because I've been in situations where I've been a part of a program where it was $10,000, $10,000, and did not learn much. Did not get any of the results that people promised in the program, and it derailed me at my beginning stages. Thank God it was at the beginning stage. It derailed me. So you got to really ask for clarity, like what result do I want to get? But a lot of times, even in this coaching space, we're talking about this now, you got to put the work in.
Yeah.
You got to put the work in. What I'm seeing a lot of time is that, oh, I'm not getting the results, but you're not doing I'm not. I used to be this person when I first started. I wasn't doing the homework. I'm saying Roscoe. I wasn't doing the homework. I wasn't doing the modules. I'm not doing the website sites. I'm not doing the things that I need to do. I'm getting all this knowledge, but I'm not taking action. Some of us are knowledge junkies. Knowledge junkies. We got notepads full of information, and we have never implemented one thing out of these 1,000 pages. Knowledge junkies. But out of the 1,000 pages, you have not implemented one thing last year in 2024.
That part.
If you're an entrepreneur, I want you to take action. Take action on at least one thing in 2025 so you can actually see the fruit of that action. But first, you got to make up your mind. You got to show for yourself. You got to show for yourself, and you got to take action. I digress.
Yeah. And he says, listen, y'all, even on his Instagram, it says he helped entrepreneurs and executives increase their income through speaking.
Yes.
Through
speaking. With your voice, with your message, you can create a whole empowerment empire through speaking. It's just not speaking. I'm going to get a little deeper at that. It's just not speaking, but how are you packaging your message in ways and products that people can buy? How are you monetizing your voice? So that's what I teach entrepreneurs and executives. I teach you how to monetize your voice, not just getting on the stage. Because what if something happens? So think about this. What if something happens to your voice? What if you get sick and you can't? What happens then? Do you have I'm gonna go a little deeper. Do you have a book? Do you have a course? Do you have a curriculum that's making you $25,000? Do you have merch? Do you have a coaching program? Do you have all these different streams of income that you can create with speaking and with your voice?
I'm just sidebar. I'm looking at your Instagram. It's so clean. That's so clean. Listen, y'all, let me put it up here real quick. Because I need y'all to understand. Some of y'all don't be putting out consistent content. No, I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it from the web on the computer.
On the web?
Yes. And it's so clean, and just not even listening to it, but just to see the things that you're doing. You like, I'm planning for my $1 million year. I mean, your branding, your messaging is showing that you went, look, what would you have done if you have quit? It shows you mentoring, even shows you in the gym, because at the end of the day, the health is wealth.
It is. And even with that, I'm going to go on that, even that part in entrepreneurship, you need to have a lifestyle type of brand, a lifestyle brand, because people who like to work out, that's the people who attract. So some people who like health, they're like, he's healthy. Let me see what he like. Let me learn more about him with health. Oh, he mentors. He likes, like, for me, I don't post on my main page, but in my stories, I post sometimes I'm cooking this, or I'm going out there. Oh, people who like food, people want to be connected with you in a different part of their lives. And then you can say, hey, this is what I offer to help you X, Y, and Z. So that's why even with your branding, you want to make sure you have that lifestyle brand. Because now people just want to hear me up there preaching. And let me be honest with you, I do, but don't hear me preach. Or I'm going to, you see all pictures of me going to gym, thinking I'm a personal fitness trainer. So they want to see, oh, okay, different aspects. But you know that because you are a specialist.
So you think, okay, so for me, Convicted to Grow brand. Yeah. So you're saying I need to pretty much show a little bit of everything of me. Like for example, 2024 kind of was a little off for let's just say my weight loss journey. I started strong, but I started getting busy, y'all, and I ain't gonna lie. And then I stopped paying for a trainer. Go figure. And I say that is because I was like, I can do this myself. And guess what? I ain't got the accountability no more either. But I will say this, when I was documenting and putting it out there, it was kind of like it was accountability for myself.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take that advice. The life, it's a lot, because Convicted to Grow, you growing in life, career, finances, health and wellness, and personal growth.
That's the brand. Yeah. So like all of it, and me too. Like sometimes, like I'm private, but I had to learn from my business coach. And I was wondering, like, why she be on there walking, she with her kids, she just doing, she grocery shop, she would do all this stuff, but then she would track so many clients. because they feel like that connection with you over the screen, like
Mm.
because you building up your trust with them. Another thing I learned, I'm gonna share with y'all. When some person buys with you, they need at least 7 hours of content. 7 hours of content. They need 11 times connected with you on that content, and they need to see you all around on 4 different platforms before they can even think about buying. So for those who need to make content, like Coach Tress, you got plenty of over 7 hours of content. That's gonna help you convert even better. For those who are entrepreneurs, is are you even on there talking to the people? What are you doing? That's what I used to struggle with too. Like, oh, I don't want to go on there, and they're gonna think this on me and that. And I just like look, and it ain't gotta be perfect too. Like in the car, like today I made a video. I said don't quit, don't give up. Put it on my IG. Type amen if you agree. And people are like comment. I was in my car like 2 hours ago and just made a quick video.
Yeah. You just inspired me on that because I was like, I've been trying to show all my speaking stuff, and I was torn between it because I'd be like, who wants to see me in the gym? But sometimes I get revelation with a word even at the gym. So it's like, why not throw a little nugget in there while I'm walking or something, like you said, or in the car or whatever. Some people want their page to be structured. Like it gotta be, you seen that where it's like, I'm always gonna be in the office and you're gonna see a close up and it's just like that,
And that works for them. It depends on who their audience is. But I even think about this, even brand influencers, like even like I think Tabitha Brown, amazing, and she's speaking to you from her heart, like she's speaking from you. You see it with her family. You just see all different, and that's why people are attracted to her brand, which is amazing. So that's what I've had to learn to do is even speaking to you right now. I have to grow even this year 2025. I have to grow my brand. Like I have to grow it even greater, building a community.
Hold on. You got 53,000. I know it ain't about followers. I just realized that you got 53,000 followers.
Yes.
Wow. How long did it take you to grow that? You must have been on IG since it started.
So to tell you, it happened in 2 weeks. I'm tell you a story. I'll tell you. So 2 weeks, 2022.
Well, let me give him a side eye.
2022. I had 1,000 followers. 2022. And one day I woke up. I was going through I go to my book now. I was going through my battle with sickness. I was sick. Doctors had misdiagnosed me with colon cancer, stomach cancer, at the age of, I was like 30, 31 at that time. And I just wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. I was nauseated. And I remember one time in prayer, God was like, teach my people how to fight. Teach them how to fight. Teach them how to fight. So I put up the strength. I was in my car, and I said a prayer in my car for anyone who's battling anything, that you have the strength and will to fight. Don't you dare give up. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Literally, that video, it's probably up there, maybe my archives. That video hit 2.3 million views.
You went wow.
That video hit 2.3 million views. It was that whole week. Every video I was posting and encouraging people when I was sick and I thought I was going to die, it literally was hitting 1.3, 1.7, 1.8. And I didn't know what was happening. All of a sudden, the momentum just took off. Literally, it took off from 1,000 to 47,000. Yeah, it was 1,000 to 47,000 in 1 week. And then from there, it went to 53. Literally, I grew 46,000 over a week.
Wow. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So that you was just in the car, and you had a word, and you just
when I was listening to it now, I felt it. I felt it when I hear it now. It's connecting with people's pain. Like it like those words that connect. It connected, and literally it went viral. It went viral all over. People, start noticing me at the store. Where I live at. They were like, not Publix, but Kroger, Walmart. They were like, you the guy, you on IG. I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm the guy. And like, oh man, thank you so much. I was going through it, doing that. Began to sell my book. My book began to go literally around the world, internationally. My book, it took off on Amazon. I was number one bestseller on Amazon for 3 weeks. Number one, and yeah, all that happened. This during that storm.
Oh my God! Well, first of all, congratulations on with going viral and getting that impact. Because here's the thing for those who are listening, you just never know your content. Sometimes you probably got about 30, 40 drafts or videos that you ain't posted yet because you so busy critiquing, oh, I don't look right and things like this, or it sound dumb or it sounds stupid. Just post the content. This man, like he said, thought he was gonna die in a storm, misdiagnosed. Wow. And look at you now, but God. Like the lady said in one of the episodes, she said, but God. So you went through so you were sick and then they diagnosed you, you said?
Yeah, I went to an oncologist. They couldn't figure out that's what they thought it was, but they could not figure out what was wrong with me. And literally I was healed. I just began to pray. And I just kept pushing. I began to just I was in nonprofit during that time. It was really that COVID time too, like COVID, coming out of COVID time. Mm-hmm. And I just kept on showing up. And over time, as I kept on just serving people, giving out in my pain, that's when I look up and my weight came back. I was like 120 pounds. People thought I was just sickly. People were like, is he on drugs? Like, what's happening? But I didn't know what was going on in my body because all the tests were coming back that they didn't know what was wrong. They were like, we don't know. So I was anxiety. I was depressed. I wanted to commit suicide. I was just in a dark place. And God was like, you were not meant to stay here. And from my book, I was before I wrote it, and that's where it came was God said, teach my people how to fight. He said, teach them how to fight. So the word came to me was like, get your fight back. 8 strategies how to overcome the attacks of the enemy. So in my book that I wrote during that time, I wrote the book in 2 weeks. I got it published in 30 days. And the book is about, it gives you 8 strategies on how to overcome the attacks of the enemy. So when you are in a fight of your life, I give in each chapter a strategy on how to overcome. So one of the strategies I give is in chapter 1 is open your mouth and speak. The first thing the enemy does when you are in any battle is he's going to attack your mouth. He knows if I can attack them from speaking, from praying, from reaching out to other people who really love me and care for me, I know I can isolate them and make them feel like they're no good and keep them in grief, keep them in depression, and keep them in a place of stagnation. And especially when you got a call of God on your life, if it's in business, whatever area, that's what he wants to do. He's going to close your mouth and make you feel like you're the only person going through that. So I give that strategy in the book. Y'all got to read the rest of the book. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to you know what? It's so crazy. This is confirmation because, man, I just felt something just now. Because here's the thing, I would love to know more of that story, and that's why I want to get that book. I definitely want to support, and it's confirmation because for me, and I think I told you this, for some reason, it's like, why I ain't wrote the second book yet? Why I ain't wrote the second book? I was like, do I want it to be a workbook for corporate? Or do I want it to be an inspirational book? Or do I want to talk about my life again? And here's the thing. I had a title, which was my brand, Convicted to Grow was the title, Convicted to Grow. And the subtitle was 8 strategies. I think I called it 8 strategy or 8 principles. It was something where it says how to bounce back from a setback. So when you say get your fight back, and you said, did you say 8? Yours was 8?
8.
See, I use 8 because of new beginnings.
Me too. New beginnings.
And I was going to talk about and use part of my story in these last 2 years of resilience and rebuilding. That was going to be part. I was like, okay, let me throw some storytelling in there, but also give them what I've done to bounce back from a setback. And here you go.
That's it. Bounce back from that's a shirt. Bounce back from a set. Yeah.
But I'm debating because I was just like, do I really want to be really convicted to grow? Like, and I wrote it down, but I don't know why. You said procrastinating. So it's like, my procrastinating was like, why haven't I? Because what's crazy for the record, the book is technically finished. A part of me is like, should I make this like an actual workbook with exercises and stuff? And should I not put too much of my life in it? It's crazy. But y'all gonna get a book in 2020. Yeah, this year. Y'all gonna get a book.
Same here. But I'm writing. I have 2 books. I'm pushing myself. I have on my vision board.
Yes, let's see the book. Let's see the book right quick.
The book. Here it is. Book. Here, book's right here. Your fight back.
Can they get it on Amazon?
Yes, Amazon. Yes.
Okay.
Amazon, go to Amazon, get your fight back. It should pull up number 1 or number 2 on there, and it has lots of reviews on there as well. So go to Amazon and check it out. I wrote this book 3 years ago, and
Was this before did you go viral first?
This is before I went viral. So this book.
And when did you bring the book back around to capitalize on that momentum?
Yeah. I had a whole line of shirts. I had people. Look, I got people wearing. When I haven't put on my social media lately, but when I was doing that, I had school. I had kids wearing "Get Your Fight Back." I had parents. I had all type of people wearing "Get Your Fight." I had shirts. I had hoodies. Look, what I should do. I'm thinking right now. What I'm talking about, I should do is have do a conference or a conference. Get your fight back. It's your time to win. You got me thinking now. 2025. I should do a conference around this.
We're gonna have 2 conferences, y'all. We're gonna have the Convicted to Grow conference. After you convicted to grow, we're gonna need you to get your fight back. Stop playing. Yes, and you got a Kindle version.
Yeah, Kindle version too. Yeah, Kindle.
Nice. You got audio too?
Not audio. I know that was 2021. Audio was big then. It's time to upgrade though.
I like your cover.
Thank you. It's we are here. It's yeah. Was it Fiverr? Is it Fiverr?
Don't sleep on Fiverr, y'all. Listen, for my entrepreneurs who be saying they ain't got money and all this other stuff, right. Fiverr. I use Fiverr for my first book. I use Fiverr. Even I got my editor. Look, my intro to this podcast I got off of Fiverr. Listen, you got it. That's nothing too. Like I said about coaches and programs, you still got to vet. Because I know there are sometimes you can get something off Fiverr for cheap or whatever. And you're like, I don't really like it. You got to keep doing a revision. Because sometimes it's just a lack of, and especially if you use somebody that is, let's say, overseas or whatever, right? Because it's going to be cheaper labor over there. And you're not like you can just pick them up and call and explain. You got to do this all in a word and type what you want. But still vet, look at reviews, look at their work. Exactly. So yeah, but no, I like that. I really do. I definitely like it. So yeah, so you got a second. So anything else? We already manifesting this year what we getting. Yeah. So we getting the book out of Roscoe. We getting a conference. What else we getting?
A mastermind out of Roscoe this year as well. That's what my community has been saying. We want a mastermind. Also, you'll see retreats as well from me. You'll see VIP days from me as well this year. But overall, literally just impacting. And also, I have my foundation, Roscoe Robinson Foundation. So our goal is to help over 1,000 young men in poverty with literacy this year, as well with literacy resources, as well as hygiene products, education for this year. That's our goal. Our goal for this year. Last year, we were able to help 780 young men in orphanages in Jamaica. Last year with the Roscoe Robinson Foundation, in two parishes we were able to give them an inspiring message. We fed them. We gave them clothes, brand new clothes, and food, hygiene products. So that's what I want to make sure I'm giving back, building my business, but also serving and giving back to those who are less fortunate.
Yeah. Do you have a podcast?
I do not have a podcast.
Yet.
Say that again. Yet. So I
mean, you got all these 36 titles. Why not add one more? How you balance? Because I'm gonna be honest. Like I podcast coaches speaking, he did tell me y'all prior to the call. He said, "You doing one-on-one coaching?" He said, "Oh, I'm doing group now." And that's where I'm trying to get to is the group, because it is a lot when you have one-on-ones, and then you're branding, you're building your brand with speaking and workshops. And I love speaking. I really love speaking and going to groups and just really sharing my journey. That's part of my purpose. But you balancing it, because you also still minister and he played the sax. Don't forget.
I play the saxophone. So when I think about balance, I don't think about balance. I think about focus. Because it's going to be certain seasons. There's really never going to be a time of balance. It's going to have to be a time of focus. So what I think about is the season that I'm in right now as I'm building this business. One day, soon, hopefully, I'll be able to delegate all these things, and I'll be able to have maybe work 3-4 hours a day. But right now, it's a season of focus. So I'm not really concerned about the balance. And even when you're in this season of focus, if you're on here, you have to be aware of the people who will try to speak to you about you doing too much. Why are you speaking here? Why are you coaching? Why are you doing all these things? And get out of those environments. For me, this may seem harsh. I'm gonna say something harsh. with people with a different, I'm talking about balance, but also mindset. Even I'm on the phone with certain people, close family members, they have 10 minutes on the phone with me. Only 10 phone. Why? I'm protecting anything that's coming in my ear where I'm trying to build. If you're not anything, if you're talking negativity, gossip, or nothing uplifting, trying to say, hey, how's your bit, anything like that, you have 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes.
Well, how do you get them off the phone?
I had to train, but I tell them like, hey, look, it's like now I'm like, hey, I gotta, I gotta leave. You look, even my own mother, say that, my own mother, because I love my mother dearly. I love my mother dearly, but she don't understand the entrepreneurial world. She don't understand it, and I don't expect her to understand it because that's the way she was raised by my grandmother. I don't expect them to understand my journey. But I had to put respectful boundaries up. Like, hey, I'm on it. I don't need, because your voice matters a lot to me. Your voice matters so much to me. So in this part where I'm breaking through levels in entrepreneurship, I can have that in my ear. I can have that in my spirit. I can have that in my soul right now. So in this season, I love you. Right now, phone calls are minimal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna visit you, come see you, love on you. But right now, I just can't. And I have to be okay with doing that, though. You gotta be okay.
No, it's so true, because I love my mama dearly as well. And there was at one point in time, she would call me probably every week. She's back home. She's like 5 hours away down south. And it was always somebody that died. Somebody died. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, whew, you know such and such. She'll take a picture of the obituary, send it to me. I was like, I was like, Mom, no, I can't handle it. She said, you don't remember such and such? You don't remember such and such? I'm like, I have not lived down there since like 2003. It's been 20 years. Like, I don't remember some of them people, but it's like, to her, it's news, right? Hey, but I'm like, and of course, like you said, that's an older generation. They're not going to understand when we're talking like money moves and the entrepreneur side, right? But but no, I get it. And one of the things I do sometimes when people call, and I'm like, oh, because you want to be respectful and mindful, like to let them know, hey, I don't mind talking, whatever. Like, hey, what you doing? None. Getting ready for this meeting in 10 minutes. Because you don't know if I got a meeting. Look, I can have a meeting with God. Because I got on my calendar to pray with God every day at 5 o'clock. I'm just saying, I ain't lying. I'd be like, getting ready for this meeting. Because here's the thing: when people don't realize and they don't value your time, they don't, especially if they don't value their time. Because it's like, how do people have so much time on hands? Like, for example, have you ever like for me, if you text me, right? I may not respond back right away because I'm doing other things. Yes. There are some people that's just easy to. I swear, I think they just buy their phone the whole day, just ain't got nothing else to do. Because I be like, well, dang.
Look, all day, like literally all day. No, seriously, all day. And for me, I put on a do not disturb. I got times and windows that I use it as well. When I in my just working, because they'll take all your time, and I had to be okay with that. I had to be okay with that. Even in social media, like even as an entrepreneur, I know social media is a lot, but even with that, like I'm just praying. I cannot wait to have a full-time social media. Look, I'll be in front of the camera. Let me do the clips, send it to you, and
let's go ahead and touch a degree. Agree on that. Let's just touch
2025. Full-time social media manager who will help us grow the account.
I was looking on Fiverr last night. I was up to 2 o'clock as always, because I was get the second wind of working. I'm trying to do better with sleeping, getting to bed early. But I was literally on Fiverr and looking at, okay, if I'm recording, I don't mind recording, doing long form content. I need somebody to chop it up, make it pretty, whatever. Listen, I don't want to. It's just a lot, and that's the thing too. You got to set boundaries. It's like, what's most important to you, like for this year. For me, my peace is always still going to be important. And you know what? You said something about focus. And here's the thing. I laugh internally because here I am, of course, been 2 years single. And I'm like, I need to be out here they say, well, you can't be found if you ain't out here putting yourself out here. But here's the thing. It's like God must know. God said, I did not just tell you to focus over here. See, there you go. Because I ain't gonna lie. And in the last 2 years, and even in the single season, I've gotten a lot done. I really have. And I guess because, but I'm focused. So when you said focus, I had a little internal laugh because I was like, okay. Let me focus.
Let me focus on the future. Yeah,
Let
you
me
focus.
focus. Listen, when it comes, it's gonna come. Whenever it comes. But hey,
He come by, he be right there in the focus. When the focus, he's just walk on by.
but then y'all gonna be like, we ain't seen Tressa lately. Why she ain't posted?
Then all of a sudden, bam! That's how you do them. You be quiet and boom. You know how you do social media. They like everybody just shocked.
Look, she over there booed up. See. Anyway, but no, but it was definitely a pleasure, having you on, and anything you got going on, I'll definitely promote. I'm gonna definitely put in. Let me make sure. And listen, guys, if y'all want to book him to speak to your organization, he do education, corporate, men groups, anything like that, nonprofit. You want him to talk about leadership. You want him to talk about resilience, confidence, all those things. And not only that, like he said, he helped speakers, those who are trying to be speakers to monetize their message, right? I encourage you to take advantage of that because we all have a story. We all have a story. And believe it or not, even in the corporate space, they say facts tell, stories sell. Well, here's the thing, like even in corporate space, when you are going in, you might think it's structured with leadership, but when you bring a story into the mix of that, oh, trust me, people can relate to it. And I already know you got big things. And the fact of the matter is that, look, get your fight back, man. Y'all better stop playing. Get your fight back. We cannot. I told y'all in 2024, we expect more. We're now 2025, we will thrive. And in order to thrive, you got to get your fight back, get your life back. And you say, you know what? I ain't taking no more L's this season. I'm going to go out here and make some things happen. And you help with curriculum development too. So that's good to know. I like that.
Yes, curriculum development. I help you build your curriculum to get into schools, to nonprofits, even businesses pay for curriculum for their employees, for trainings. That's my background. So that's why I was trained in school. Why not use that gift and talent and skill to help people transform others' lives? Even I had a surreal moment today. I want to share this too. You all, when you are exiting out of your 9 to 5, leave the right way. It's my last little snippet. Leave the right way. I had the chance. My HR, when I left my job, left the right way. I gave them a 30-day notice. I could do 2. I had a 30-day notice. Make sure I trained the other director who was coming behind me. Make sure everything was on point. When I left, the CEO, the CFO, the COO, every C-suite person came up, gave me gift cards, prayed for me, and told me, walk in my purpose. A week ago, I get a phone call from our chief HR, and they were like, "Hey, we having our staff board retreat next week, and you've been really on our heart to come back and speak. You really left an impression on the staff, with the way you were excellent, the way you just showed up for people, and just everything that you did." And then I came today. Everybody's like, "So glad to see you. We miss you." I got to speak. and got a check. Spoke for 15 minutes in front of all the staff, board, and got paid to speak because I left the right way. And they're asking me now, hey, can you come back and train staff on how to do some like engagement trainings in our schools because our staff are having issues with engagement. So you never know. Don't burn. Sometimes burn those. You never know what bridge you got to cross back over.
Yeah.
So that's for my entrepreneurs who leaving some jobs that you want to just go off on some people. But
listen,
yeah. So now
your employer became your client.
My employer became my client.
Yes. How to position? He gonna have 3 books this year, y'all. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna try to push 2 more books this year. We're gonna work on that thing for real. And listen, let me go ahead and put my plug in there. So if you need, because you up there at the schools and doing all your thing, listen, if you need somebody, I said to him before the call, but I'm gonna put it out there in the atmosphere for someone watching. So if you needed somebody with energy and to keep it real, you need me to talk to the women, you need me to talk to the leaders, I got you.
Promote yourself.
Yes.
Everybody else is promoting themselves. We need to be, if you are an entrepreneur, we need to be like Sheen and Temu. Because Temu, look, we need to be the Sheen and Temu of speakers, Sheen and Temu of leaders. Look, you need to be Sheen and Temu. Look, they don't care. They're going to text you all day. They're going to blow your promotion inbox up all night long.
And Fashion Nova, too.
Fashion Nova going, Bath and Body Works, coupons, discounts.
Yes.
They don't care what y'all thinking about because people going to buy.
That part. Yeah. But listen, I really have enjoyed myself. I'm so glad. And like I said, I prayed that nothing but greatness is gonna just be upon you. Already know this, you're a minister, but we were talking about money goals, and I ain't gonna tell y'all what it was, but I gave him mine, and I said, "What's yours?" And when he gave me his, I said, "Wait a minute, that's double mine. Wait a minute, hold on." And but you know what it made me realize? It's like, why am I limiting myself? Why am I limiting myself? So he was like, "Why not 10x it?" I'm like, "Well, dang."
Yeah.
So thank you for even encouraging me to go like, okay, let me go back and change this vision board and change that number.
More than welcome.
My last question in 90 seconds or less.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what does convicted to grow mean to you?
Convicted to grow means to me is accepting responsibility of my actions and continue to develop myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally to grow in every aspect of my life.
Mic drop.
That's it. Straight to the point.
That was so simple, but yet so powerful. That's the educator coming out of him. You see how he did that? He was so grammatically correct with it. He didn't have no ums in there, no filler words.
Look, even with that, let me tell you about let me tell you a little entrepreneur as well. When you are speaking to an audience, you want to speak at a 3rd to 5th grade level when you're promoting your products or anything. People, you don't want you want them to get the message clearly as possible.
Right.
3rd to 5th grade level.
That right. I see. That's how I should have been reading that bio in the beginning, trying to be impressed with all them big words and had me tongue.
I didn't write that. My copywriter person, she wrote that. She wrote the copywriter. She wrote this for the website.
I should have said, ChatGPT, make this in a 3rd grade level so I can stay and not get tongue tied with all these 8, 9, 10 letter words.
Yeah, if you like, Roscoe helped kids. He helped. You know how to go. You know how to go. Roscoe helped kids. Simple.
Listen, y'all. Please listen. If y'all want to book him on the audio site, everything's going to be in the show notes, description notes, the links to his book. Go to Amazon, get your fight back. Please make sure you go out there. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when you type in get your fight back, make sure you do Roscoe Robinson, because there's some other people out there got get your fight back, but it's not the same. They got other, and his tagline is strategies to win the battles of life. So please make sure you do that. Also, if you want to book him, you go to info@Roscoe J. Robinson. Please do not leave the J out. It's Roscoe J. Robinson.
J. It's my middle name. So my middle name. Can I tell y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all like
what's your middle name?
Laugh, y'all. Y'all gonna be laugh. So I'm from the country. So I grew up with small little
Jasper.
That's part of my name. Jay's part of my middle name. So my full middle name is Roscoe Willie John Robinson. So Willie and John is one word, and they ain't separated. They just separated. So I'm from the country.
And they're not separated.
So it's Willie, it's not separated. It's like Willie John, like running, like one word, Willie John.
I'm not doing this with you. This is not, no, I'm not.
On my birth certificate. I said, what is this? But that's what they name.
Listen, y'all want some coaching, go to williejohncoaching.com.
williejohncoaching.com.
Anyway, and listen, make sure y'all go follow him on IG. He got some amazing content. I'm telling y'all, the video, he has the video, the one that went viral, to 2 million plus, tell him where it is now. He has that pinned, sitting in his car. So go to his video and don't just go like, comment, and share. Matter of fact, put hashtag convicted to grow in any of the comments so we know you came over from the podcast. So again, I appreciate you as always. Thank you. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. As I always say, this y'all life is a journey. Life is priceless, and to some, life is short. But while you're here on God's green earth, you recognize who you are. You maximize your potential. You step into that greatness, because we already know you got what it takes to win, but it's going to take for you to believe you got what it takes to win. So as we are embarking, matter of fact, we ain't even embarking on, we already into the new year by the time you watch this, January to be exact. This year, make it count on purpose. This year, make it purposeful, because you are destined for greatness. But you got to, like he said, you want to get your fight back. First of all, get that book, because we ain't taking no L's. We're not thinking less. We're not thinking lack, and we're not thinking limited. So therefore, as we thrive in 2025, make it count on purpose. And just know this, we both are rooting for you. Love you.